Channel. My name is Armageddon. With the launch of Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy on Arena, we're going to jump right in to various Final Fantasy events, starting with their Jump In event, Jump into Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy. This is a low pressure way to collect the cards from the new set. The entry fee is very small, it's only either 200 gems or 1,000 gold. Now, the reward, of course, is only one uncommon card, although you do get to, of course, keep the cards that you open in the two half packs. So let's dive right in and see what we open. Okay. So we could go with the Landfall package. And that's pretty good since playing lands is just going to happen. So it would pair well with whatever other packet we happen to pick. Not sure what to expect from Devious. Poison the Waters, more of a sideboard card. And then Artifact, you'd want to hope to find another half pack that works with it for it to be really good. I think we're going to go with Wild just because that's the easiest to enable. I could go 4 colors, but I think with the mana base, that's probably likely to be a bit of a stretch. Although you do have all those dual color towns. I think Chocobo works best with Wild, since Chocobos also care about landfall, like Saz's Chocobo here. And then this is more of an equipment half pack. So I think this will give us the maximum synergy. Alright, let's take a quick look at the deck. Alright, at the top end we've got the Land Cyclers. These are pretty decent top end threats, but if we need to hit our land drops early, we can cycle them. Summon Fat Chocobo, of course, makes a Chocobo that cares about landfall. Bartz and Boko is one of our rares. We've got 2 copies of Chocobo Racetrack. To Reach the Horizons. And then Zell is our other rare. Lets us play additional lands. And then we've got Rydia, Summoner of Mist. I always thought it was Rydia, but I've heard Rydia, so maybe that is how her name is pronounced. We've only got the 2 Sagas, Summon Fenrir and Summon Fat Chocobo, but getting Sagas back seems pretty good. And then we're going to want to try and get out 4 Chocobos for the side quest Race a Chocobo. 2 Ride the Shoepuff, 2 Gysahl Greens, Chocobo Kick is our only removal, so we probably have less removal than other packets do. But we have a lot more synergy pieces. Alright. So we'll see how Red-Green Landfall does as we get into some gameplay. Okay. I usually cut out while waiting for games. Oh yes, and now that we're into the gameplay, let's get some music. listen to the new music for the new battle map from Final Fantasy. And then Reach the Horizon is good with Ride the Shoopuf because it puts 2 counters. Wouldn't mind having more chocobos, but I think this is still keepable. We've got 3 towns in hand. Although I don't think we have any town synergy payoffs in this deck. So I think it's turn to play Ride the Shoopuf. I guess it doesn't matter which one we play first. Yeah, actually, let's get the Town Greeter down on 2 and then put a counter on it with Ride the Shoopuf turn 3 so it can start attacking. And then Town Greeter should get us to land 4 if we reach the horizon. That'll get us Summon Fat Chocobo. Opponent might have disconnected here. Yeah, looks like we're going to get a free win. That's too bad. Oh, no, there they are. Alright, that's good. We'll at least get to play a match. Alright. Oh, we didn't hit any lands. That's rough. Well, we milled Gasol Greens, that's pretty nice. We also milled Zell. Yeah, so that was kind of unfortunate. But that is sometimes a risk you take with self-mill. Opponent has their own Town Greeter. They mill 3 lands. Talk about lucky. Also milled Hill Gygus. This could be the mirror match. We could cycle Capital City, but that would be our only play. Anyway, I think it's reached the horizon. Get our last tap land out of the way. And our Town Greeter is getting pretty big. Opponent chumps. Alright. I kind of want to hold Capital City to cycle it. Alright, we'll try our luck with this town greeter. Okay. Opponent falls to 12. And Summon Fat Chocobo is nice because it's got 4 chapters, so I can attack with it twice, whereas they're only able to attack with Fenrir this turn. They have another Summon Fenrir. Alright, so I think we only have one Summon Fenrir in our deck. So they should have put the counter on the Summon Fenrir that they just played. Could chump with the Town Greeter, because I don't think I'm putting any counters on this one. I'm going to want to put counters on like my Bird Token or even Summon Fat Chocobo so it can attack past the other Fenrir here. I think we'll chump. Chocobo Racetrack. Alright, I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I can play Chocobo Racetrack, play Capital City, make a bird. Alright, opponent has to block. Trades for Fat Chocobo. Opponent falls to 1. And we're in a pretty commanding position, because they don't get to draw a card. And with Racetrack in play, that means that lands are not dead draws. So I think the opponents probably should have kept their Town Greeter around. Opponents got their own Fat Chocobo, but they're at 1 life, and I have 5 creatures. So they need... Oh, they've got Bartz and Boko. They can do 3 damage. I think I'm pretty happy if they take out Fenrir, because I'm not sure I'm going to have a creature to cast next turn. Well, I did. I think it's just animate Ride the Shoopuf here. And attack. I almost would have preferred to have drawn a land to Rydia. Alright. Well, off to a good start. We'll do a couple more games. I guess we'll see what our uncommon reward is here. So I was pretty impressed by the Landfall deck. Ooh, we get a Mythic. Wow, that's lucky. Uldrotha the Gravetide. Well, a good Brawl commander. Not really something that would see play in other constructed formats, I don't think. Anyway, that's pretty nice. So let's dive into another game. On the play, I think with Krisha's Wanderings, we want to keep Hilgygus as a creature. Zell could be fine. I think since we're on the play, the fact that we don't have earlier than turn 3 play is fine. We'll try it. And then I wouldn't mind drawing lands. Chocobo Racetrack is nice. Maybe I should cycle Hilgygus with Zell and Chocobo Racetrack in hand. And then Priest's Wanderings is going to have to find Forest number 2. Yeah, I think I will cycle the Gygus here. Well, looks like opponent's got something they can do. I don't think for 2 mana there's removal for a 4/3. They could have like Yvain's Treachery, but they would need a creature to sacrifice to it to remove Zell. Alright, so I'm kind of hoping Zell sticks around one more turn so I can get the racetrack down. Alright, Shinra reinforcements. That's fine. Reach the horizon, you say. Okay. Hit for 5. Play racetrack. Alright, and racetrack's going to be good because I don't think there are ways to remove artifacts in blue-black. So we're just going to pump out a steady stream of chocobos here. And I actually wouldn't mind drawing another land. Nope, that's opponent's rare. Ninja Blades. Ride the Shoepuff, eh? And then I think we make a Chocobo first and put a counter on it. Oh. Oh yeah, because it triggers... Okay, that's fine then. Opponent chumps. Alright, and then we're going to get 3 landfall triggers here. Pick dies. That's kind of obnoxious. I think it's Chocobo Kick here. As much as removal is nice, getting 3 landfall triggers is just so much better for this deck. And then I'm happy to double block. Because I'm coming out ahead favorably here. I only lose 1 creature, and then I'm going to be making 3 more Chocobos next turn. Make that 4 more Chocobos, because I can play both lands. I could cycle Capital City, but making a huge army of birds just seems so much better. And I can always pick up Capital City with Zell, and then cycle it later. diversify. Alright, opponent's got to chump, and that's enough for opponent. Alright. Well, Zell's sticking around. If he'd eaten removal, as long as the guy resolved Chocobo Racetrack, Zell could have eaten removal and that would have been fine. Anyway, we'll definitely take it. So far, so good. On we go. On the draw, I don't have red for Rydia, but I've got Giselle Greens, Chocobo Kick, Reach the Horizon. I think we'll try it. Alright, Summon Fenrir lets me find red. And it's a saga to go with Rydia. Opponent leads with Swamp. Opponent is black-white, has Dragoon's Lance. We draw another forest. And Dragoon's Lance is good in black-white because a lot of their effects can sacrifice both creatures and artifacts, so that gives you 2 things to sacrifice. Judge Master Gabranth. Blam T-Rexor, that's pretty nice. And then we want to main phase, summon Fenrir to get the Chocobo up to 4 power here. And we'll get a red source. Alright, that's too bad. And then I think it's not the most efficient. I think it's Rydia and then Chocobo Kick. And I think we can discard land here. I don't think we want to return a land to our hand because we want to draw land 6. We'll get rid of Judge Master Gabranth here. Summon Fat Chocobo. No attacks. I don't want to trade for a Dwarven Castle Guard until I can trample over for extra damage. Alright, that's too bad. Okay, if we take 6, we fall to 4, and then we're taking lethal, so I think we have to block the Castle Guard here. And Sabotender has reach, so that's pretty useful. Alright, so do we push his Wanderings or Rydia? I think we Rydia. I think I like my cards. Alright, opponent's at 6. Sabotender can block their hero token. And even if they have removal for Sabotender, we're not dead. Alright. Opponent could have a trick, but I think I'm fine with trading Sabotender for a trick. They don't have a trick. Hilgagus has haste. I think we play Balam T-Rexor here. No attacks. And then we can get in with Balam T-Rexor and Hilgagus next turn. Hopefully opponent's out of removal. We fall to 6. Would it be better to play Reach the Horizons and Precious Wanderings? We trigger Chocobo 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Alright, so possibly, if looks like we're gonna steal a win thanks to our big meanies here. Uh-oh, no we're not. Nope, spoke too soon. Well, I guess I didn't think I could risk attacking with my other creatures, and in retrospect, I should have attacked with them. I probably would have snuck in that last point of damage. Yeah, sometimes you just have to just go all in. Alright, on we go. On the draw, I can cycle Helgaigus on 2. I think I do that, because I want to get up to 5 for both racetracks. Alright, we'll try it. Yeah, another black-white deck. Hopefully we'll avoid his opponent having all the removal. Opponent cycles Malboro. I could ride the Shoopuf, but I think I'd rather cycle Helgaigus. I want to wait to play Ride the Shoopuf until I can get a +1/+1 counter on it. Alright, Ahriman. Alright, we don't have a creature for the second chapter right now, but getting Chocobo Racetrack down seems pretty strong. Alright. I would have preferred they had removal that destroyed the Fenrir in case we drew Rydio. And then White Auracite could have exiled Chocobo Racetrack. Alright, so we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Vincent Valentine. Alright. So I could play Town Greeter, Shoopuf, Persh's Wanderings. And hoping to mill a town so I can gain some life here. No town. And just like that, opponent's down to 10, and I've got 7 creatures on board. Alright, that's fine. And Vane's Treachery actually bad with Vincent Valentine. Another ride the Shoot Buffet. The opponent has to block with Fang. Well, Vincent's getting pretty big here. Unfortunately, I think we're about to get out-bombed. Plus, he's got lifelink. Yeah. This is unfortunate. No, there's no point. Oh well, we got out-bombed. Nothing you can do about that. Better luck next time. On the draw. That's too bad. This deck, I think, benefits from being on the play. Hopefully we're not facing another white-black deck. Or at least not Vincent Valentine. But we've got Saz's Chocobo on 1, which is kind of like the dream start for a landfall deck. So I think this is Keeper. Edelbert Steiner. I think I get rid of the lifelinker. Let's Chocobo kick that. As an opponent could play an equipment next turn, and Steiner's a bigger problem. Alright, Chocomog is fine. And then I think it's Krish's Wanderings this turn. So that'll get us up to 4 mana. And then with Summon Fenrir, we'll be able to play Balam T-Rexor. If we play Summon Fenrir next turn, we'll be able to play Balam T-Rexor and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Alright, and our little 1-mana Chocobo is turning into a big threat. Summon Chocomog, pretty bad with no other creatures on board. Garnet's pretty good. Well, that's too bad. I'll trade. Get Garnet out of the way. think we'll keep land in hand, so I can trigger Chocobo. And of course they draw White Auracite, Bartz, and Boko. I think we'll hold on to Bartz and Boko and try and get rid of a blocker. Like this. Alright, Magitech armor is fine. And there we go. Alright. Okay. So let's take a quick look at the deck here. So I think the deck performed pretty well. We would have won 3 games in a row if I hadn't misplayed game number 3. And then the loss to game 4 was to basically a bomb I needed removal for, but never drew. So I think that this deck did pretty well. Having the flexibility of being able to cycle Hilgigus and Bellum T-Rexor at the top end was pretty useful. There were times when I definitely preferred to have a land, and then times where the creature was definitely what was most useful. Chocobo Racetrack was good, pumping out Chocobos every turn pretty much. Bartz and Boko was fine. Summon Fat Chocobo. A bit of a removal magnet. But so I think I only ever got Trample out of 1 turn of Trample with it, but I think it was pretty good then. Reach the Horizon was good. Persh's Wanderings was good. Zell was good. Zell, you kind of need him to stick around for at least 2 turns to be good, so he's a little bit of a risk. Summon Fenrir was fine. I don't think we ever got past Chapter 1 with Summon Fenrir. It kept getting another removal magnet, but getting the extra land into play is pretty much what you expect out of a 3-mana spell anyway, so even if that's all you got, that's fine. Saus's Chocobo that one game was pretty good. Having Fat Chocobo in play when I had a big Saus's Chocobo would have been pretty nice. Rydia was pretty good. Getting back my Saga was nice. And then I did make use of her landfall ability just the one time. Town Greeters, as long as you hit a land with Town Greeters, it's good. Especially if you pick up a town and can gain 2 life. And it didn't cost us in the event in game 1 when we played the Town Greeter and didn't hit any lands. But that's definitely, you feel bad if that happens. We never saw Side Quest raise a Chocobo. which we could have flipped a couple of games, especially once we had the racetrack in play. Ride the Shupoff was good, and having the option of turning it into a beast creature came in handy. Giselle Greens was nice making a 2/2. Chocobo Kick was good. Sabatender, probably one of the weaker cards in the deck, but the fact that it was a reach blocker came in handy. And it's definitely something, I think it would have performed a lot better if we had it out when we played some of our ramp cards. So if we'd ever got it on turn 2 and played ramp cards after that, I think it would have been a lot better. So overall, I think the green-red landfall deck is pretty strong. So we'll have to see how it shakes down in the draft format. Anyway, that'll do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Leave a comment if you'd like me to see more Final Fantasy content, either draft or sealed, or some more jump in. Let me know. And thanks again. Have a good one. Bye.